resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside, every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went, not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his work is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, work towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, it ain't hard to figure out. Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
You are now entering another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of critical thinking. A journey to a wondrous land with boundaries that of clarification. Your next stop, the Sanity Zone.
How about Senator Feinstein? That's another beauty. That's a beauty. Did you leak the documents? What? No, I didn't. Did we leak? Did we leak? No, we didn't. Did you ever see? No. She goes, no. He just said, no, we didn't leak.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. What's up, people? I hope you had a good weekend. Not a lot to get to, right? Not a lot. Trump had a 60-minute interview with 60 Minutes with something Stoll, whatever her big reporter, you know. But Lisa Stoll, I think it is. But anyway, that was an interesting interview. I don't think I got time today to play that interview. We'll have to wait. But I'm running a little late. Sorry for coming on late on the radio. I had the cannabis show before this. And, you know, and at the end of the cannabis show, that transition, every once in a while, we start talking. This time we actually had a guest, Lou Pino from Terps and Tricks, right? And so he was here talking about cannabis, about hemp. And we got into it politically, right? We started debating. So I actually might have him as a guest in the future because he leaned forward. You know, I love people who lean forward, right? They don't shy away or aren't committed to anything they're saying. He actually leaned forward. He wanted some more. He didn't have time to stay today, but I might have him on in the future. But let's get to some headlines. Liberals' intensity advantage is vanishing ahead of the midterms. That has to have, and I've heard it today, the uneasiness of Democrats because they're scared that, and I think they should be scared, right? I think it's healthy for them to be scared this time that they're not going to win Congress. It's almost 90% certain that they're not going to win the Senate, right? All of the Senate races actually has moved in favor of the Republicans. And, you know, you have Texas with Ted Cruz, what's her name? Claire McCaskill in Missouri, and other races, Manchin, who actually voted for Kavanaugh, his race is tightening. So the Senate races, it looks like the Republicans might actually pick up seats, right? So I feel the Democrats' only hope is to actually win Congress, right? And they need 23 seats, right, to actually win Congress and make Nancy Pelosi the Speaker of the House again. Right? They need 23 seats. In 25 of the races, they're leading in those races, but even those races have tightened. Some of those races have tightened. So it's healthy that the Democrats are, because they're going back to 2016. You know, they're starting to remember. I mean, it's not like the Democrats really need to remember. They've been reliving. What was it? November 8th was the election in 2016. I think it was. So they've been reliving that day every day. This is why they're so miserable. This is why they've actually escalated into mob mentality, and they're burning stuff, destroying people's cars, attacking people with a red hat. Right? So the Democrats have actually been almost insane for the last 2 years. It's funny how almost all of these Democrats have the nerve to talk about Kanye West and how he behaved, when I deal with Democrats every day who are in denial of every fact. Part of the debate right now, you know, before the show with the Cannabis Corner guest, he said, what has Trump done? And I said, wait, we have the lowest unemployment rate in like forever, right? We have the lowest woman unemployment rate in over 40 years. We have the lowest black unemployment rate ever. The lowest Hispanic unemployment rate ever. The lowest Asian unemployment rate ever. Oh, well. You're saying Obama... You're saying Obama didn't have something to do with it? This is the craziness that's happening now, right? The other day, when the pastor was let out from what was the pastor being held in Turkey? The pastor was set free, you know, because of negotiations with the Trump administration. And in my house, I yelled out, "Thank you, Obama!" And my wife was like, "What is wrong with you? What are you thanking Obama for?" And I'm like, "Oh, The Democrats are going to claim this. They have to claim this. Obama did nothing in his 8 years. So they have to actually claim all of Trump's victories. Obama made all these promises coming into office. The only thing Obama accomplished was Obamacare. Really, that's the only thing he could accomplish. And even that, when Ted Kennedy died, that now they needed his vote, but he was too dead to vote. And Massachusetts had an election, and Massachusetts voted in a Republican. The governor of Massachusetts had to actually cut corners to send somebody there for a couple of weeks so that they could get Obamacare through. Right? So it was he couldn't even do that in a fair way. And that's why it's incredible. Where the Democrats, they don't want to follow the basic rules of the Senate. They don't want to follow the basic rules of the justice system. They don't want to follow anything. They don't want to follow the immigration laws. On that 60-minute interview, it was incredible. She said that Trump was separating families, and Trump said, well, those were Obama's rules also. And she said, yeah, but Obama didn't follow the law. He didn't. And that's supposed to be an accomplishment for them. Instead of doing the hard work, which is something Trump has been asking the Democrats. Trump is willing to do something for DACA and all that. He was willing to give them 6 million kids. Obama all he wanted was 700,000. But the Democrats aren't willing to do any of the hard work. They don't want to fix the immigration system. They don't want to pass new laws. They just want to disregard the law. And then they actually celebrate this as an accomplishment. Right? So that's the thing. It's just an insane world when it comes to the Democrats. All right. So anyway, so the liberals are very scared right now. They're horrified that they're going to wake up the next day or stay up all night like they did with the Hillary Clinton loss. You know, I feel like Democrats, really, it's about time you guys accepted the Hillary Clinton loss. I know it's been a rough 2 years, but Hillary Clinton lost. Right? So, who's coming into the studio right now? Oh. Hello? Okay, I guess, they wanted to say hi. So anyway, so Hillary Clinton lost, and the Democrats have been insane ever since. Hillary Clinton's saying they don't even need to be civil until they win. That came from Hillary Clinton. They don't need to be civil until they win. And then once they've won, they're going to ask for civility from the other side. Is that the way it works? You see the hypocrisy there? And then you have Eric Holder, who I hope throws his hat into the race and runs against Trump in 2020. Because that's going to be interesting. That's really going to be interesting. Eric Holder, who was held in contempt of Congress. Eric Holder, who had Fast and Furious. He was running guns into Mexico. And those guns ended up killing Mexicans and killing American border agents. Right? Eric Holder, who went after reporters himself. He subpoenaed the records of reporters. He actually tapped the emails of the parents of reporters. He was reading emails from their parents. Eric Holder, who went after the Associated Press. Yeah, because the Democrats were nasty with the press themselves. Trump says you're the enemy of the people, right? Eric Holder and Obama treated you like the enemy of the people. They went after you. And nobody's saying that. Nobody cares. When Obama does something, no one cares. Right? But I'm happy. I'm happy that the Democrats are afraid about losing into, this midterm election. And they may not get any of the houses. They may not get the Senate or the House of Representatives, right? That'll be interesting because you know why I'm happy that the Democrats are afraid of it? Because they might prepare. They might actually have to mentally prepare to lose because they weren't prepared to lose it with Hillary Clinton. And that's why you have all these people walking around with mush in their heads. That's why you have all these people acting like insane fools. Hashtag TAD, Trump anxiety disorder. Hashtag TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick break. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the mainstream media with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM. Your home for community radio.
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Leaving on my crib, just minding my shit. So the lights in the mirror, seatbelt went click. I'm innocent, my paper's legit, but that wasn't gonna stop him from giving me shit. He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fast. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. Can somebody be my witness? Frustrated, irritated while I'm sitting in court looking at the jury, feeling no support. My lawyer telling me to take plea. I can see the judge's eyes saying I should agree. But that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Left my girl home, now I'm rolling on my own. No shame that I pregame, secrets how to save. That's just how I do, and my friends do. But now I'm clubbing like a fool. Supermodel shaped like a Coke bottle. Killer smile like a style, all the fellas going wild. Us connect, I can take what she expect. This is something I regret. From my pocket, she's a threat. Here she comes.
Hey, what's up?
What you think? Did she just wink? Stay focused. What's your name?
Buy me a drink?
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Real big problem.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. All right, this is an interesting op-ed from the Washington Post, which, like I posted on Facebook, is basically shaking my head. I'm going to read some of it. It's a pretty long article, and then I'll comment afterwards. Thanks for not raping us all, you good men, but it's not enough. A flood of rage is rushing through women's brains. Why can't men organize to change themselves? I'll get right on that. I yelled at my husband last night. Not pick up your socks, yo. Not how could you ignore that red light, yo. This was real yelling. This was 30 minutes of from the gut yelling, triggered by a small, thoughtless, dismissive, annoyed, patronizing comment, really small. A microwave that triggered a hurricane. I blew hard and fast, and it terrified me. I'm still terrified by what I felt and what I said. I am almost 70 years old. I am a grandmother, yet in that roiling moment, screaming at my husband as if he represented every clueless male on the planet, and I, every angry woman in 2018, I announced that I hate all men, and I wish all men were dead. If one of my grandchildren yelled something that ridiculous, I'd have to stifle a laugh. My husband of 50 years did not have to stifle a laugh. He took it dead seriously. He did not defend his remark. He did not defend men. He sat hunched and hurt, and he listened. For a moment, it occurred to me to be grateful that I'm married to a man who will listen to a woman. The winds calmed. The winds calmed ever so slightly in that moment, and then the storm surge welled up in me, and I realized the pathetic impotence of nice men's plans to rebuild the wreckage of listening to women. Look, you got to go read this. This is by Victoria Bissell Brown, and she loses it. She obviously she lost it on her husband. She loses it in this article. See, it wasn't even enough for her husband to sit down quietly and let her lose her mind, right? Because of his small sarcastic comment. You know, he's the one he's the one. Now, keep in mind, he has a little sarcastic comment. She has a meltdown in which she says she hates him. She hates all men. Look, see, this is my problem with everything the Democrats do. They always go too far. They go too far. Now, every man is a disgusting person because we have to organize ourselves so that you feel better. Are you kidding me? So your husband makes a sarcastic comment, and your reaction is nuclear war, but you're not even happy that he just sat down and let you be the fool you are. This is a problem. And this happens on the left every time. You have Dr. Blasey Ford come out and make these accusations, these unsubstantiated accusations, uncorroborated. Nobody was there. She doesn't know the time, the date, the zip code, anything about what happened. She just remembers, and it's seared into her brain. The only thing that was seared into her brain was that it was Kavanaugh, but everything else is a blank. Well, everything except that she had one beer. And the only reason she said that is so that she implied she wasn't drunk. Right? So, this is the problem with the Democrats. And they always lose it. You have the party leaders who throw out this red meat at you guys. And you're not smart enough to understand that that's what they did. Dianne Feinstein didn't believe that lady either. She actually said that. She said, I don't know if it's true. Go and look it up. They threw red meat at you, and you ran with a cause without reason. It's the same thing that was done, where was it, in Ferguson? With Michael Brown, hands up, it never happened. Hands up, don't shoot, never happened. And for anybody out there, because I know I get it from Joe Ugly and all of those stuff, go and read the Justice Department's report. And who was in charge of the Justice Department? Eric Holder. His Justice Department said it never happened. Go look it up. Because it's kind of tiring, you people being ignorant about the facts. So, what happens with the left? A lie comes out, hands up, don't shoot. Or, I remember nothing but this. And everybody, even the Republicans, everybody on this earth is supposed to believe you because your feelings are hurt. Because you feel a certain way. That doesn't work here in America. I think it's time for you guys to relocate. If you don't like due process, if you don't like the presumption of innocence, if you don't like innocent until proven guilty, it's time for you people to go somewhere else. Find something else. Because the Democrats fall into the same, the Democrat sheep fall into the same trap set by your party leaders in order to rile you up to get votes. And here's the thing. I've been hearing, this Kavanaugh stuff, it riled us up. We're coming out to vote now. You weren't coming out to vote? Weren't you riled up? For the last 2 years, you guys have been crying about Trump winning. You guys weren't going to vote? If you're already at a 10, how much more riled up can you get? What's going to cause you to... What, you think you're going to go into the booth and vote 10 times? Democrats are hilarious. This is the thing. Stop being fools. Stop being led by the nose. You know, it has to get better for you guys. It has to get better. And the only way it'll get better is if you actually start critically thinking. Start using those brain cells. All right, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. Breaking the mainstream media in half with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on 103.5 FM. Your home for community radio.
If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable. Our space is set up to say nothing. That's why you're here with me. These sheets create limitations. Strip down when you're next to me. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay if you're whispering something. It's clear what you're saying to me. Here you need no invitation, cause it's where you need to be. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel uncomfortable, our space is set up to say nothing. That's all that we need to be. So going in a good situation. So go when you're next to me.
Alright, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. Hello, Burdell Taylor. Joanne. I always mess up your name, so I'm just going to stick with Joanne. Agree. Let's see how many women change their mind when if one of their loved ones would get falsely accused. I agree. I have a son, right? And the last thing I want is to have to actually have somebody falsely accuse him of something he didn't do And then us having to spend our life savings defending him for something that he didn't do. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time, right? And Joanne also says, Eric Holder, when they go low, we kick them. Exactly. That's the message. That's the message that Democrats are putting out there. It's a dangerous message, right? And it was done to me today, right? Joe Ugly on his morning show, he says, Harry Droz, his office, the studio's over here on Elm Street, and he goes, just in case anybody wants to jump ugly with him. Right? That's inciting the ignorant to go and do something. And we know there's plenty of ignorant people on both sides. But if you look at the ignorant people, Antifa on your side, who's going out there destroying property for no reason or attacking people. But it gets done all the time. And the Democrats, it comes out their mouth and they think it's a joke. They think it's a joke to actually say, go and get into people's faces. You know, I got to applaud Ted Cruz when the mob attacked him and his wife at that restaurant. Once they blocked him off from his wife, it would have gotten ugly with me. You know, somebody would get in my wife's face and it's done. I don't know how he was able to control himself. Right? Kenneth Bastian, yeah, I'm glad I'm making you laugh. I'm going for the laughs. Democrats, he also says, Democrats, Republicans, yeah, I'll vote green. Actually, Kenneth, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. If none of the parties satisfy you, go with a third party. Go with a third party. I'm sure it'll help the Republicans if you throw your vote with a third party. But good to hear from you, Kenneth. Good to hear from everybody. Joanne, Burdell. Let's move on to the next article here, which is fun for me. This one is fun. Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas, named by Donald Trump, of course. She took a DNA test. Well, she allegedly takes a DNA test because she did it with her friend, her pal. Elizabeth Warren has released a DNA test that suggests she has a distant Native American relative. Now, Native American relative, right? But distant, you know, the key word is distant. They're saying it is 10 generations back. And so that means she literally has a tiniest drop. I think all of us do. At that level, when you're going back to the Tower of Babel to find that we're all connected, that's basically what they just did. But when you have to go all the way back to the Tower of Babel and say, you see, I told you we were all connected once. But Elizabeth Warren and Trump is saying that, you know, well, she's saying that Trump should pay $1 million or donate $1 million to a charity of her choice, right? Because he said in some rally, if she were to take a DNA test and she was Indian or Native American, that he would give $1 million. And interestingly enough, I agree with her. If Trump said that, and I think he did, I think I saw the video. I have to go look it up. But I think if he said he was going to pay $1 million, he should pay $1 million. But, and here goes the but. This is for Donald Trump and how he should answer this, right? Donald Trump should pay that $1 million, but only if all the Democrats who said they were going to leave the country if Trump won actually leave the country. So as soon as all those Democrats leave the country and stick to their word, live up to their word, then I would say that my president, your president, our president, Donald J. Trump, should pay the $1 million. But only if you see Whoopi Goldberg, Samuel Jackson, I think Alec Baldwin may have been one of them, Miley Cyrus, all of these people who said they were going to leave. Get on that jet, take off, give up your citizenship, and then Donald Trump should pay the $1 million. How about that? That's fair. That's a fair swap. And I think Donald should offer to do it in that manner. Everybody leaves and he pays. Right? Okay, let's see. Let's move on to the next article here. I don't know if I want to go back into the Kanye West. I'll read the headline and then move on. Kanye West is what happens when Negroes don't read. CNN panel bashes rapper, and Donald Trump Jr. isn't having it. Donald Trump Jr. is defending Kanye West. It's ridiculousness. Look, people actually think that because they're black, they can't be racist, or they can't be prejudiced, or they can't be disgusting. Because that's what this was, right? They called him mentally ill, stupid, every name in the book, Uncle Tom, everything. That's what they do. That's what the Democrats do. A person of color doesn't choose the victim side. They choose to be victors, not victims. Candace Owens. And the left loses it. They go crazy. They start calling you every name in the book. But it's not just on the, that does happen with people of color, right? So if a black person doesn't follow the group thing, doesn't get into zombie mode, okay, Donald Trump bad, ooh. You know, if a person doesn't do that, the black leaders, or if you're gonna call Don Lemon a leader, but but it happens also. It happens across the whole party, the Democrats. If you saw what was happening in Portland, Oregon, with Antifa actually stopping traffic and attacking an older white man, and you have a younger white man telling the old white man, "You're a whitey, aren't you?" I'm like, what is going on? We're in bizarro world. But these people, and I include the black Democrats, the white Democrats, they think they can say whatever they want because they're Democrats, forgetting that they started the Ku Klux Klan. They were the ones who started Jim Crow. The Democrats, right? But because they have so many people ignorantly following them, they say whatever they want. And they know you're basically too stupid to go and check it. To go and check what the Democrat Party did to you. But then you have this guy saying, "You're a whitey, aren't you?" And he's telling this white man that he's a whitey, but he's whiter than the white guy. It makes no sense. I feel like I'm in bizarro world. What is going on with the Democrat Party where you can't be decent human beings? You have to be disgusting. And if I don't agree with you, you got to attack me? It's insane. It's insane. And this, just because it's right here on the side of this, I'm reading Yahoo Entertainment to read this Kanye thing. And what's her name? Prince Harry and Meghan whatever Markle are having a baby. Yay! Whatever. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. All right, so now, California. You see this, California, you can't make stuff up with California. They're like the weirdest, stupidest state there is in our union, right? California bans feeding homeless without police supervision. California has jumped the shark. This is from the Federalist Papers. California jumped the shark, and decided to hit homeless with a lot of pain. Our new law makes it illegal for charitable organizations or private individuals to feed the homeless without registering with local law enforcement, in addition to a host of other unreasonable regulations. So, I go to get in my car after work, and a homeless person says, "Hey, buddy, you have $1 so I could go get something to drink?" Or like sometimes I do, if I go and buy myself Chinese food or any food and there's somebody begging outside the restaurant, I'll buy food sometimes. I'll buy them a meal. So in California, you can't do that. You have to actually go and register with the police, probably pay for some regulations. They said regulations in order for you to help somebody. So I wonder if they're going to arrest you if you're giving them $1 or something. Unpermitted charity food efforts statewide will soon be required to register with and be overseen by local law enforcement agencies per a bill signed into law this week. Affected groups such as Vegan Meal Serving Food, Not Bombs, and its oh my God. The reason is that you have to give them their food a certain way, right? you have to give a homeless person a healthy meal. Come on, people. Come on. This is just ridiculous. California is insane. You can't make it up. All right. On to the next one because my time is almost over. Hillary Clinton says husband's affair was not an abuse of power. See, this is what I was saying last week. It's interesting how Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are going to parade around the country. Hillary Clinton with her own very special person, that her own personal person who's been accused of rape. Her husband, accused of rape, accused of harassment, accused of everything. He bit down on one of his accusers' lips, Juanita Broderick. He bit down on her lips, raped her, and told her, as he was leaving the room, he told her, put some ice on that. Bill Clinton. And they're going to parade around the country. And the hypocrite Democrats are going to go and pay their $500 or $750 plates to go and sit with them, to go and see them. Unbelievable. I want to see how successful this thing is. If the Me Too movement isn't out there protesting every day until they shut it down, I won't believe anything they do after this. If the Me Too movement wants to be taken seriously, they need to shut down this Bill and Hillary Clinton tour that they're going to go on. Okay, on to the next one. This is from Vanity Fair. Beto O'Rourke, Democratic dreamboat, is getting his ass kicked in Texas. Right? So Beto O'Rourke, who's Ted Cruz's opponent, and just a couple of weeks ago, he was actually up in the polls, up in the race, right? And then this thing called the Kavanaugh bump happened. People started seeing, now people who are going to vote Democrat. See, this is the thing, what you Democrats have to understand. Not everybody who's willing to vote with some of your policies is as crazy as you, and you turn them off. Right? So, Brett Kavanaugh happens, and Ted Cruz goes from being down to now he's building a 6-point lead. He's starting to pull away. Even though Beto O'Rourke is outraising him in money. I mean, by a lot. Beto O'Rourke this quarter raised $38.1 million compared to Ted Cruz's $12 million. And he's still getting his ass handed to him because Democrats went crazy. Because Democrats said, you know, presumption of innocence, due process, be damned. That's why Beto O'Rourke is getting his ass handed to him. Because Democrats went insane. On to the next one. Sarah Silverman. Comedian Sarah Silverman. This is the thing. And I'm going to be doing this all the way up to the election. Because all the criticism of Kanye West is not a political person. He's not educated in this. But they were defending LeBron James calling the president names. They were defending Jay-Z. All of these people who went to the Obama White House. All of the media outlets, the newspapers, they were defending them. Because they have something to say. You have to listen to them. Kanye has something to say, and he's crazy. Right? So, but here goes Sarah Silverman, another insane person. Sarah Silverman is hoping to energize Americans. She's hoping to energize Americans. She's gonna turn them off to participate in next month's midterm elections. But some voters who supported President Donald Trump in 2016 are a lost cause, she said. I wish I could get through the 52% of white women who put Trump in office, but they're too far gone, Silverman said in her quickie clip for the Hulu show, I Love You, America. So instead, I'm looking to young people. Only 23% of young people voted in the 2014 midterms. Silverman said that it's a number she's hoping she will increase, right? So, white women are too far gone. They're too far gone. There is some trends. And this is the funny thing. That they go, the Trump supporters are part of some cult. You've heard this plenty of times. And you look at them and they're insane. They drunk some crazy Kool-Aid. And that crazy Kool-Aid makes them think that they could be unruly, break laws, get into people's faces. Who's the cult? You're the ones acting like insane zombies. And then if you see the video of them in the camera, go to the left, go to the right. If you want to see a congressman and you have the group of people, go to the left, go to the right, like zombies. All right. Is my time up yet? Let's get one more in. Democratic candidates are terrified of Hillary Clinton's kiss of death. Oh, be afraid. Be very afraid. Because this Bill and Hillary stuff, they don't want to go away. Hillary Clinton lectured Trump before the 2016 election saying that he had to accept the loss because she thought she was going to win. That it would be a threat to our democracy if he stood out there actually fighting her in public. It would be a threat. And what has she done for the last year and 8 months? She won't go away. She's like a cockroach. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Be resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart After riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Put an effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, work towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, it ain't hard to figure out. Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles you'll find along the road, you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
This is Harry Drove, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, New Haven.